Hello and welcome to the final round of the Hi-Tec Drift Allstars Series for 2022. We are back at the home of drifting in Australia, Sydney Motorsport Park, for this final round and a configuration that we haven't done for 5 years now. The figure eight is back. I'm Matt Kavanagh, and joining me in the commentary box is Dan Mackey. This is going to be a huge event.
Mate, it's all going to come down to this. You know, the championship is still wide open and anybody can snatch it in those top sort of 4 positions in both categories. We're back at the figure eight. This track can't be underestimated either. It is a tight, it's technical. We've set a line that's going to encourage close battles. So I'm really looking forward to it, mate.
Look at the top 5 there when it comes to our championship points now. James Abbott there in 5th place. Glenn Omerod in 4th, just outside of podium. Matt Harvey from Tasmania in 3rd, but it's all going to come down to these top 2. Jason Ferrin and Brodie Mayer, the 2 likely championship winners here after this event. And with 34 points separating them going into qualifying, let's catch up with the drivers right now.
Pretty stoked with getting first qualifying yesterday. Car's feeling pretty good. The conditions are pretty patchy out there. This is my first time running in the Hi-Tec Series, so it'd be awesome if I could bring home the championship, first year in it. And it's been a massive effort, especially coming all the way from Tasmania. Got a lot of people to thank. I probably can't do them all now, but got a good team back home. I think everyone's going to be egging us on tonight to try and bring it home. But yeah, look, hopefully we can get the job done, but if we don't, we're going to be having fun and we're driving 110% and hopefully put on a good show.
So I'm feeling pretty good. The wagon's going strong. The conditions were a bit patchy yesterday, but we held it together, managed a 3rd place in qualifying, so absolutely stoked with that. We've got a decent battle tree. I know Brodie's a bit scared there in the background, but we'll be sticking it to him no matter what. I don't like to put too much pressure on myself, so I'll be coming in quite relaxed, just out there to have fun and have a good time and stick it to some doors. And that's where it's at.
Let's look how it ended up after qualifying there. Brodie Mayer, number 1. And look at the points there, 89.7. Matt Harvey, the fellow Tasmanian, right behind him in 2nd. Jason Ferrin back in 3rd, which should put him on the opposite side of the tree when it comes to battling. Glenn Omerod in 4th position. Then we go down to Scott Shembry, Adam Wood, James Abbott, and Aaron Juarez back there in 8th position.
The top 4 up in the top 4 spots in qualifying once again. Really, on paper, any of them can win it, but it's going to come down to the top 2. For now, though, let's get down to Damien, have a chat to Shembry in the pits.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We're down here with Scott Shembry, obviously the master chef. The 350's not here. We've got the BMW, the bonnet's up. We're about to go into battles, mate. What's going on?
The 350 wasn't ready. We didn't want to push it for the last round, and unfortunately in practice we snapped the belt and don't have a spare one, so just trying to dodge some stuff up to get out there and get it through battles, but we'll just see how we go.
Okay, so the belt's running everything or just the power steering?
Nah, just everything. So because we've got electric water pump, if we don't really run an alternator, probably won't last 2 laps. So, but we'll just see how we go.
Okay. Good luck, mate. Hope you make it work.
Well, let's have a look at the battle tree for our pro category. Brodie Mayer takes on Colm Keogh. Aaron Juarez takes on Saxon Moyes. Glenn Omerod will take on Mickey Moo. Scott Shembry will battle it out with Danny Provett.
And then we've got Matt Harvey taking on Ben Odgers. James Abbott taking on Angus Kidd. Jason Ferrin will be taking on Ben Meir. And Adam Wood taking on Flash Smith. But for now, down to Damien in the pits.
Yeah, I've got Jabs down here, probably half the Hi-Tec blaze unit, mate. The other half's not looking too healthy at the back there. Bonnets are up, spare cars. How are you feeling? You're looking quite solid out there this morning. How's it all going?
Yeah, the Hi-Tec S15 is going really well, so we're kind of just making up the numbers this weekend. Slightly out of contention for the championship. I think I'm in 5th in the points, but so I've just come into it with a super relaxed demeanour and just going to try to have some fun. Like that Hi-Tec, the figure eight is so fun. We've got the big TV screen here, all the crowd here pumping it up. I feel like I'm just on my couch at home watching it on the screen. But I've got to G up a bit, get in the car, and hopefully get some good laps in.
Who's your first battle?
I think I got Gus first up.
Okay, apparently his nitrous isn't working.
Yeah, he said that. We might leave him a bit of respectful room on the chase. But yeah, I think it'll be a good battle anyway.
No worries. Good luck, mate.
Well, let's get things started now with our top 16 pro battles. And here it is. Brodie Mayer leading out. Colm Keogh there, and Brodie Mayer, a championship leader at the moment, extended it out by another 2 points after qualifying. Look at the transition there. He's really wide. Colm Keogh has to really dive down on the inside there. As they come back through this big right-hander up against the wall there for Brodie Mayer. Look at the gap he's taking out over Colm Keogh. Colm Keogh trying to do everything down to get that proximity back, but Brodie Mayer just showing why he's leading the championship.
Yeah, pretty good and solid run from Brodie there to get started with. As they take off here in the reverse run, you can see Colm Keogh gets an outside zone up here. He's just not quite getting out to it, needs to push out, gets there now. pushing around, but Brody all over his door. A switch back through a box, and he needs to be further into that corner, deeper there to get out to the actual zone where it is. Setting it up down the bottom corner. He's got to run it all the way along the wall. Pretty close there, not too bad proximity. Brody doing his best on what's a pretty patchy run to try and chase from Colin Keogh in front. But a nice run all the way through here. He's got it out to the corner. Bit bobbly from Brody there. Managed to just get it all straightened up and sorted out across the line, and he'll take the win.
The next battle is going to be Aaron Jouar leading out over Saxon Moyes, and the noise that comes out of Aaron Jouar's car, it is so loud. The big LS just thumping out, and Saxon Moyes, a young gun, had a runner-up at round number 4. What can he do this time out? He's right on the door of Aaron Jouar. They take it to what is a veteran of the sport of drifting here for the Hi-Tec Oil Series. And Saxon Moyes, a young gun, really pushing hard in the 2J Power at 86. He's right on the door now as they come around into the final corner. Aaron Jouar sets himself up, and you know he's going to blaze those tyres there. A little bit shallow at that point. Goes over the finish line.
Don't be alarmed, boys and girls at home watching. That's not a car on fire. Aaron Jouar, being the showman that he is, has set up a light in the back of that car to make it look like he is on fire. Let's see how he goes now in the chase position, chasing the young gun Saxon Moyes. Pretty good as we go to the overhead shot here. You can see Saxon filling out that zone. They need to be wide there again, middle of the track there, and come back down. Doing a really good job as Saxon filling the zones and running a really, really strong lead. Aaron needs to be a bit closer. He's chasing hard, but he's not quite there, and I think that the way this is going so far, it's going to be Saxon Moyes taking the win and going through.
Well, after the dramas they had yesterday in qualifying, he's done a really good job after blowing up a diff and snapping a tail shaft. Let's get on to our next battle, though. Glenn Omerod now will take on Mickey Moo, who's with us for the final time before he goes back to Ireland, and he's missed the start. Glenn Omerod's driven away in the Connect Electrical 86.
Yeah, every now and then that big V8 built by Sydney Motorsport that Mickey Moo's running under the hood there, it can fuel up too much and it stalls the thing out, and I'm pretty sure that's what's happened there. Unfortunately, the green light had gone, Glenn had taken off, and as Mickey went to go, he stalled the car out. He's refired it now and he's chasing hard, but this one's going to be all Glenn Omeron chasing through. Of course, Mickey Moo had a bit of dramas yesterday in qualifying, hitting the wall in his first pass, so they've done a great job to straighten that car out.
Yeah, we saw the big sledgehammers out there just getting that rear quarter out on the passenger side. Here we go. He's going to lead away. They'll have a big smile on his face. The Irish flag is up and proud as he goes around, sets himself up for this transition. Does he get in the box? That's what we're looking for here. Probably a little bit shallow for us, and that time Glenn Omerod just leaving him a little bit of room. He doesn't have to do too much after that really high-scoring lead run there. You look at Glenn Omerod, he's just looking so comfortable in that car. There's not a lot of movement on the steering wheel either. The car is super consistent and settled, even though we see a lot of bumps on this circuit. And the big wave there, he's really happy. Mickey Moo putting on the smoke show through the final corner.
Yeah, really excited for Mickey. He's been a great competitor, someone we've really enjoyed having along in the series. We'll miss him dearly. But moving on now, we've got Scott Shembry leading out for Danny Probert all the way down from the Northern Territory. Scott setting a pretty good line there. Danny a little bit shallow in the chase position. Wow, that was close. Just missing the rear bar. Danny really starting to engage in this chase now as Scott Shembry's leaving him the opportunities, and Danny's taking him with both hands. A little bit shallow on the chase there. In fact, he might have just lost the drift a little bit. We'll have a look at that on the replay up here in the judges' box a little bit later on. But Scott Shembry finishing off the run, doing a great run in that BMW. He really seems to be enjoying that car this weekend.
Yeah, he's pushing it really hard considering the power difference here with the big Barra out in front. Danny Probert, the Tim Surf and Turf XD Falcon. And look at him, sets himself up, looking nice and comfortable, very wide here, and he gets on the power of the big XD. There's a lot of wheelbase there. Can he get it through the box section here? Switches back. We'll have to look at that maybe from a different angle, but yeah, a little bit shallow there. Scott Shembry, though, puts it on the door, but look at Danny Probert starting to power away now as the Barra stretches at legs. Here we go, smooth sailing into the final corner, sets himself up. Shembry's going to try and get that proximity down, but Danny Probert manages to hold him out a bit with huge angle at the end, but he's across the finish line, and this one's going to be tough. Yeah,
Scott Shembry just taking the win narrowly on that one there over Danny Probert as we head off now with James Abbott and Angus Kidd. A couple of Sydney-siders, local boys, good mates, really good blokes and great competitors. This should be a pretty good battle, although we did hear early on that maybe Angus is missing a few kilowatts and his NOS system not working. Oh, he's run really wide there, and you don't need to give James Abbott an opportunity like that. He will take that with both hands and disappear in the distance as you can hear the anti-lag running on that S15 Hi-Tec Oils backed Sylvia there. Runs around through the final corner. Great run from James Abbott. A little mistake from Angus Kidd, and that's going to be an advantage to James for sure.
Here we go. Well, what will Angus Kidd now do in the Triways Transport Super as he's already got it sideways? Big bum drag there as he's held on the handbrake. Gets it set up for the corner, though. Not as wide. We have seen him earlier in qualifying. Let's have a look at this from the overhead view. He's very shallow to that point, but James Abbott doing a great job to just follow him through there and not make contact. The proximity was door to door. And they go through the final couple of corners. Here we go, big power from the Super as they set up for the final corner. They come around to the finish line. The hand is out. Look, he's looking a lot happier now, Angus Kidd, but it wasn't his on the chase run earlier. So I think a big advantage here and a win to James Abbott.
Yeah, James getting the nod there. A much better lead run than Angus could follow along. Here we go. Jason Ferrin, he needs to finish in the top 3 today to force Brodie Maher to make it through this battle and into the top 8. He's got Ben Meir, who's always a fierce competitor, loves these tight tracks. He's right up on his door so far, chasing him through there, drops a little bit back just in this little switchback section as they come down the hill towards the bottom wall. Jason's taken that advantage though, and he's really going for it. The Barra Wags all the way up from Victoria and Keep It Reed colours is doing a wonderful job there. But Benny Meir closing the door as Jason a little bit narrow. Oh, it's not as big an advantage as I thought Jason might have taken out that midway through, but a little one to Jason.
Well, it's going to be all noise here from Benny Meir. What can he do as he sets himself up? Transition to the first corner. He sticks it nice and wide. Jason Ferrin needs to make... Oh, no, Benny Meir's gone off. He's grabbed a little bit of dirt and gone wide and kicked up a whole heap of mud here at Sydney Motorsport Park. It's given Jason Ferrin the advantage to just close that ride down there. And look, Benny Meir, that's going to be a huge points loss for him.
Yeah, pushing hard there, mate. He's up against number 2 in the championship. He knew he had to throw down. 2 wheels off. Big win to Jason.
And let's catch up with Damien now in the pits with Jason Ferrin.
Hello, mate. You won the Battle of the Purple People Eaters. You went out for mechanical before the battles. Is everything okay with the car?
Yeah, so I had an issue with the alternator. I think it seized up, it cracked. Probably from all that anti-lag, to be honest. Yeah, so luckily got us sorted with another alternator. So we slapped it on there just before practice, got our mechanical and stoked the old girl's going like she should. So good work to Ben Meir. He did well. Unfortunate, obviously a bit too deep there, but let's keep going through and let's get that battle with Brodie that we all want.
Don't we all?
Oh, we are waiting. That is the battle that we want to see later on. Adam Woods, though, has come over here from South Australia to take part in this final round at Sydney and take him on his Flash Smith, who will chase him down here. And Flash is doing a fantastic job this weekend, Dan.
Mate, he's running in both categories, Pro and Pro-Am. He's getting himself set up to run in the Pro category, hopefully exclusively next year. I've been encouraging him to do that. But for now, he's up against one of the best out of SA, Adam Woods. He really does drive this R34 Skyline extremely well, adapts quickly. He's only had probably 5 or 6 laps around this track, so to be throwing down a lead line like this, which isn't far off, is extremely well done to him.
Well, Flash Smith, you see him in the background there. He's pushing really hard to maintain that pace, and this time he's going to lead out, and he's very comfortable. This is pretty much his home track, and he's done plenty of laps around here. It's going to be great in this figure 8 configuration. A little bit shallow there, and he goes wide. Can he pull it back, though, through this box section?
Definitely unsettled himself a bit there. You saw that by going wide, and then that pushes through and upsets the flow. So he's got to get it all together and finish out the rest of the run, but he did have a pretty good chase in the first battle.
And as we head to the final corner, Flash sets himself up there, gets the car angled, pushes it out nice and wide, and gets himself a narrow victory over Wood. Let's head down to Damien, though, as he catches up with Flash with his great win.
Nice job, Flash. Still going through. How are you feeling in the car?
The car's just working really, really well at the moment, surprising myself more than anyone. It's amazing.
Is that your first win in Pro?
Yes, that's my first win in Pro. Thanks for mentioning that, but yes. So that was awesome.
Congrats, mate. Keep it going. Enjoy.
Oh, he's a big character, Flash, as well, and he's really, really happy. You can see the smile there. The cheeks are raised under that helmet. He's a fantastic competitor, and we love having him in the Pro category. It's going to be a fantastic night. We've got plenty more to come here at the Figure 8 track, Sydney Motorsport Park, for the final round of the Hi-Tec Drift Allstars Series of 2022. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to the final round of the Hi-Tec Oils Drift All-Stars Series from Sydney Motorsport Park. And of course, a little bit of entertainment happening out there on the Figure 8 track as we've got the little drift kart out there having a bit of fun there as we set ourselves up for the epic battles that are coming your way here.
Yeah, we're heading into the top 8 now. We're going to see some exciting battles coming through. We've got Brodie Maher taking on Saxon Moyes. Now, this one's one that could really upset the championship tree. Glenn Omeron taking on Scott Shembry, then Matt Harvey taking on James Abbott, and Jason Ferrin taking on Flash Smith.
Well, there we go. 2 big battles. What will Jason Ferrin do against Flash Smith, who's really stepped up this round, and just to see the skill of his driving come through doing both the Pro-Am and the Pro Series here this weekend. But let's check it out. The first battle. This has championship implications. It's going to be Brodie Mayer taking on Saxon Moyes. Now remember, Saxon Moyes was second in round number 4, the first time he's ever competed in the Hi-Tec Drift Allstars Series. So can he take out a big name like Brodie Mayer?
Well, we've got to make sure that this happens. This is one that Brodie needs to tick off. If he goes through here, then he's pretty much sealed the championship. There could be a couple of implications, but if he gets knocked out in this battle, which he could do, Saxon, a brilliant driver, then that means that Jason Ferrin's only going to finish third or better to win the championship.
And anyway, look, the noise you can hear coming out of his car doesn't sound right. Something's wrong with the Bonnie Energy S13 there of Brodie Mayer, and there's almost contact made. The hand is out. What's happened?
The hand's out the window. It sounds like it might have dropped the cylinder, whether it's a spark plug or an ignition coil. I'm not sure at this point in time. Maybe he did have trouble at a previous event where he blew off an intercool hose, although it doesn't quite sound like an intercool hose. That sounded more like it was a 3-cylinder SR20.
Yeah, you could really hear that tractor sound coming out of it, and he's going to call himself a little mechanical there. They will go and check this out by the looks of it. Talking to our officials right now, you think they are allowed to call a 5-minute mechanical, Dan, to try and fix the car between rounds? And there you go, the 5-minute rule being called.
Yeah, absolutely. So each driver gets one 5-minute mechanical rule that they can call. Obviously, we'd love to give them more and keep them out there, but we are trying to make a TV show and keep the thing moving forward. And we do have a curfew as well. We can only run up until 10:30 at night. So it's really important that we make sure this ticks through. So Brodie Mayer taking that 5-minute rule pretty early, actually, in the top 8. Really, the boys trying to push it around. Now, the 5 minutes starts as they start to work on the car, so they can have a little look and see if they can work it out. You can see we've got Michael Smith there, one of our hard-working officials. He's going to be our official timer. So they're having a look now to see if they can work out what it is. And once they start working on it, which it looks like they're about to do now, that'll be the beginning of their 5 minutes. So 5 minutes starts now. What they're going to do, we'll have to wait and see.
Let's move on with our next battle. In the meantime, Glenn Omerod will lead out over Scott Shembry in the BMW, who's chasing some issues of their own with that belt. Let's see what he can do in this run. He's already taken out Danny Pro, but can he go on and beat Glenn Omerod? He's been super consistent in the series so far. Look at the Connect Electrical 86. Gets right out in the box there. Shembry's very, very shallow.
Yeah, Shembry just trying to catch up a little bit. He was a bit behind there. I mean, both of these two drivers have spent a lot of time going around the figure 8, and both of them won a championship. Glenn in the Pro-Am category and Scott in the Pro category on this particular circuit. So they know it like the back of their hand. I'm going to go a slight advantage to Glenn Omerod on that one.
Yeah, we'll check out the Tri-Ace replay this time. You look, Glenn Omerod super smooth there. Sticking on the line, the judges asked. So right out in that section, we need to go wide like we just see Glenn go. Great shots there from overhead. Scott Shembry, though, he is, well, all the experience the world knows. I've just got to get that proximity back up and finish off this lap. And how close can he get? He's trying to hold on there, but you can tell the BMW doesn't quite have the power of the 2J powered 86.
Yeah, just a little bit down on the power of the BMW. Now, as we switch him back around, we're going to send Shembry out in front to see what he can cook up in the kitchen there.
Look, you just never know with Scott Shembry, do you? Because he is going to use every bit of horsepower that car's got. He's going to take it in super fast. And look at this. He's back on the line, back in that box section. And Glenn Omerod stalls up, and now he's out of the drift. Something's gone wrong there. Can he get back into it, or is it just where he's stalled up through that middle section?
Well, I don't know what happened there. Maybe he missed a gear, but I'm pretty sure they're running a sequential gearbox in that. That's a really weird one. Could have been just a little gremlin, something from the rain yesterday. Who knows?
Well, you've got to be in it to win it, and Scott Shembry will check out the Tri-Ace replay. Look at this. The Hi-Tec Oils BMW, he just throws in with as much pace as he possibly can. Sticks it out there on the outside line there. Switchbacks here nicely. Transitions well. Keeps the car going, and Glenn Omerod. Can we pick up anything from the inside?
It looked like the car just stalled out, like it lost its boost and just stalled out. Whether there was a cut or he hit a cut or something. You know, the thing with tight tracks is that the temperatures can go up really high, so maybe he hit a temperature cut. I just don't know, but it just looked like all the power dropped all of a sudden there.
We get back to Brodie Mayer down the pitch. You can see they are frantically trying to get those spark plugs out. They're checking the coil packs. Everything's being looked at with only 5 minutes. You see there, less than 3 minutes to try and fix this, and it sounded pretty bad there when it went into. It was missing cylinders, but all hands on deck at the moment. You can see the crew are there that come all the way from Tasmania to help him out. Now, remembering they work on this in the shed. So Brodie does a lot of the work himself with just his close mates. They'll know every little bit about this. So they've got the right people down there, and hopefully we can get this done.
Yeah, well, we'll see how they go. Hopefully they can work it out. As we go here, Matt Harvey versus James Abbott. This will be a good battle too. Great drivers, really, really consistent. They'll be flowy, smooth as Matt gets out and starts filling that zone early.
Yeah, the Power Plus Fuels S13, how good is it as he gets the transition done? Oh, did they make contact there? I think I saw the bumper move with James Abbott, and maybe again. Look, Matt Harvey puts down a killer lead run, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very close in that transition there. And it might have unsettled James just a little bit there, dropping a little bit back. Jabs is closing back up again, but you can see no red marks on the front bumper, no white marks on the rear bumper. So I think that was mighty, mighty close. Let's have a look at the Tri-Ace replay and see what we can see.
Well, we're on board with James Abbott here. You can see the two J's getting... You can hear that anti-lag when it's really in the car going. A little bit of handbrake. Oh, I don't know. It's so close, but it stalled him up there at that point. Then he's got to try and regain a bit of composure there, just get the car back on, gets it right out on the wall as well. Doesn't mind having a little bit of kiss with that yellow paint.
Yeah, Nigella loves a little bit of love on the wall, and she's had a bit of it this year too. Van Gogh Rapid Repairs has been seeing just about all of those bars every single round. So let's see how they go here as they turn it around. James Abbott out in the lead, Matt Harvey to chase him down.
Here we go. Matt Harvey has been very, very consistent and on the line, but he's got to follow the car in front and maintain that proximity, try and emulate what they're doing. And here we go. They transition through the middle, and look, he puts that bar right on the quarter there. Doesn't give him more than a foot of distance there as they go through the entire track so far. As we come into the final corner, this one's going to be close.
Amazing respect there from Matt Harvey. He knows that Jabs knows his way around here like the back of his hand, and so he's just prepared to put that car right up in harm's way, in danger's way. A little bit of a spin, but that was after the finish line, so that won't affect it.
Check out the Tri-Ace replay, and I really love when he's up there on the anti-lane. You can see the screamer pipe just shooting flames down on the ground. The transition through here in the Hi-Tec Oils S15, really nice there, but Matt Harvey doesn't let him get away with anything and makes sure he sticks it to the door the entire way through this run, and it's got to be a great chase run there, and the win goes to Matt Harvey. Let's head down to Damien now in the pits, and he's with Brody. Is he going to get this car back?
Yeah, look, feelings are pretty raw down here at the moment. It's been amazing watching all this season, a bit of heartbreak at the moment. Brody, the car's come back. Obviously, you didn't get through your 5 minutes. What's happened?
So the car went down on 2 cylinders while I was doing my burnout. Massive credit to Saxon for letting me try to restart it on the grid and waiting for me while I kind of digged around a little bit. So massive props to him. Tried to drive it on 2 cylinders. I was just really in the way, but I guess I was a bit desperate. We tried to fix as much as we can. We put some core packs and spark plugs in it, but there's nothing we can do. It's probably hurt the motor, I would suggest. But anyway, Matt's still in. Tasmanian Brotherhood. Yeah. Hopefully, if Farron gets through to top 4, Matt can take him out. We've still got a chance. It's not the way we want to do it.
If that is the case, where do you still take the championship?
If Jason doesn't get first or second, then yeah, I win the championship.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed, mate. And sorry that the thing turned out the way it did.
Let's go, Matt.
Well, you can really see the disappointment there in Brody Mayer's face, but this has championship implications now. Jason Farron needs to continue on. He needs to win this battle against Flash Smith as he leads out in the barrel wags, and look at him lay it down on the first corner.
Yeah, it really does. I've been crunching the numbers hard, and Jason has to make it through to the top 2. Brody knows where it is. He's already said that's what's got to be. So he's got to win this one, and then he's got to go on and win his top 4 battle, and he'll secure a championship. So first and foremost, though, Flash Smith, got to take him down.
Look at the proximity, the distance that he's extended over Flash Smith through that section. That wagon is so fast, it's gripped up. And we'll check out the Tri-Ace replay here. He sets himself up for the first corner, and doesn't matter there. He makes sure it's nice and wide out on that line the judges were looking for. And look, he's looking very comfortable. It is a big wheelbase car, this wagon.
Yeah, it is a big, long car. It's a bit more tricky to flick around in this tight and twisty section. The S15 behind a little bit more nimble, but you can see once it gets to the longer, straighter bits, it stretches its legs and it starts to gap Flash a little bit. So a great run by Flash, really sticking it in there early and being committed, and that's what he needs to run in the pro category. But Jason Farron after a championship.
Well, you can see there Flash Smith will now lead us out. Never say it's over till it's over, because anything could happen here. Jason Farron, what's going through his mind at the moment? Has he got that attitude he spoke about in the interview earlier? Is he just having fun this weekend when he knows now he's got a big chance at this championship? Have a look, sticking to the door of Flash Smith as he goes through. He's not going to let him get away, and you know there's a whole heap of power as they come out of this big right-hander.
Very relaxed sort of driver. There's Jason Farron, and you can see that in the way he's just following along. He knows he's got a little advantage over Flash Smith, though, although very shallow there, trying to give it away. Flash with the arm out the window. He's pretty excited. He's happy with his weekend.
Let's have a look at the Tri-Ace replay. Flash Smith set this up really nicely, right out in that ripple strip there to go as wide as possible as well. Farron has to just cut a little bit of his line there to get that proximity back, and you can see he's got that screamer pipe out through the bonnet as well.
Flash Smith was just a little bit shallow there on the first corner, which meant that Jason came in. It's been good for the rest of the battle. They're going to run it round through the edge here and see if they can get a side. Will Flash go wide? He has. He's pushed it out nice and neat. Jason a little bit shallow. Let's get down to Damien in the pits and have a chat to Matt Hart.
Yeah, Matt, nothing like a bit of pressure. Obviously, we just had a chat with Brody, and he's out, and Ferrin has now gone through. So for the Tasmanians to get through, you need to knock Ferrin out. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, no pressure at all. No, I had a sick run with Jabbit, like he was dialed on point. So I've had a good battle now. I'm excited for Jason Ferrin. You know, we've had some past, round 3, round 4. I think it's about time we get to the top of him, and then we can get it for Brody.
No problem. So you think you can do it? Obviously, there was that Winton. You felt there was a bit of a power disadvantage for yourself. Are you able to jump over the top of that this time?
Oh yeah, we're set, ready to go. You know.
Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Look at the intensity in his eyes there for Matt Harvey. He is set to go after coming up against Jason Ferrin in a couple of previous rounds. He wants that win.
Yeah, these guys are going to battle out hard. We're getting to the pointy end of the field. We're getting to championship deciders now. Going to be very exciting. Let's get down and see what Damien's got to find out from Jason Ferrin.
I know you've been out there busy doing drifting things, but there's a bit of stuff going on. Brody's out.
Yeah.
He's out. So basically you're going up against Matt Harvey now, and if he takes you out, Brody gets the championship. He reckons he's got a little bit of payback from Winton. How are you feeling?
You know, I'm not really feeling the pressure. Like I said before, I'm just here to have a good time. I got the family here. I got the crew. The car's absolutely dialed. We're just loving it. The vibe's awesome. I'm all about a night round, just like we are down at Kiva-Reet. So yeah, the crowd's awesome. We're just going to put on a show. Here to have fun. Sorry to hear, like Brody, that sucks.
So you're saying it's not that serious? It is serious, Jace. Come on. These guys they want it. So do you want it or not?
Look, I'll be stoked. You know, we built this car for this, and it's going off to D1NZ to do the same thing. So if we take it, you know, going over there with the, you know, number 1, you know, the title, you know, it'll be pretty cool. You know, the fam here too, just celebrating it. I'm sure it'll be an emotional thing.
Manifest.
Well, there you go. He's playing it down a little bit, Jason Ferrin, but we know he'd be very excited to take away a championship in his first year competing in the pro level here at Sydney Motorsport Park as part of the Hi-Tec Oils Drift Allstars Series, and he's back there. Great to see he's parked next to the barracks. I'm pretty sure that's where he stole an ultimatum from.
Yeah, the boys always sharing parts amongst the pits. But here we go. Look at the top 4. We've got Saxon Moyes. I would have loved to see a great battle with him and Brody Maher, and then Scott Shembry taking him on in the top 4 battle.
But it's championship on the line here. Matt Harvey will take on Jason Ferrin. This will decide whether Jason Ferrin or Brody Maher gets the championship for the 2022 series. Matt Harvey, can he do it? Well, let's have a look. We move into our top 4. We're going to start off with Saxon Moyes chasing down Scott Shembry, the Master Chef. It's the Master of the Apprentice right now.
Absolutely, the Master and Apprentice is absolutely correct, but I can tell you what, Saxon Moyes driving like he is been a lot more time in the seat than he actually has been. They flick it through here, Shembry switching back, he's shallow, very shallow there, and that's caused Saxon to stall up. Might have been a little bit of contact, you saw something pop off the car there. Out to that wall, fills the zone. A little bit unusual for Shembry, maybe he's having a little bit of alternator dramas.
Yeah, I love Saxon Moyes' aggression for such a young driver there. He is not afraid to really go panel to panel in this battle. We'll have a look at the Trios replay. How close does he get? Scott Shembry gives him no room on the lead there. He's trying everything he can in the BMW, knowing he's brought a knife to a gunfight here with the BMW, but Saxon Moyes there just sticking nicely. Look at this transition through here. Oh, a little bit of contact made.
I thought I saw a bit of contact there, and that confirms it, definitely a hit there. You see the cars too. Watch here as they come off the throttle. They're breathing fire, so I'm fairly sure the boys have turned them up a little bit. A good run from Saxon all over the back of that Hi-Tec Oils BMW.
And what are the implications of that contact, Dan?
Not a major one, mate. It's just a little bump nose to tail. It's when it's side-to-side contact or contact wheel-to-wheel that makes the big change. So nothing major from that one. Not even really a minor deduction.
Saxon Moyes now look at him in the lead, out on the edge of the concrete here. Let's have a look as he goes through the box section. Oh no, Scott Shembry's really shallow and he's stalled it up. You can see he has to get on the clutch there. The wheels stop for just a moment there, and Saxon Moyes will get on all the power. He's nice and wide. Scott Shembry putting the nose in as much as he can.
Yeah, Saxon driving the wheels off the thing. You've got to remember they blew a diff apart in qualifying yesterday too, so the team working really hard there, John and all the boys in the trailer, to get this thing back out, and Saxon going to try and repay him with a podium finish tonight.
Let's have a look at the Triace replay, and Scott Shembry did a really nice job there. Got door to door as Saxon Moyes gets on the power. Now this is where the car is very, very nimble. Look at this. Gets right on the line the judges wanted, maintains that flow where Scott Shembry came in shallow and stalled the car right up.
Such good car control from Saxon. He can place that car where he wants it. He's going to be a real star of the future. And you can see now as he's going around, he's hitting all of the zones right out wide. Look at how close to the edge he is, almost as far as anyone's been all night. And Scott just not quite able to match it.
There we go, Saxon Moyes through. Will he get on? Will he be on the podium? 1 or 2. With this one, the championship all on the line. Matt Harvey, can he do it for fellow Tasmanian Brody Murray? Needs to beat him. And Jason Ferris just ended a little bit early there and just lost a bit of proximity over Matt Harvey.
A bit of a bobble there from Jason. He's trying hard. He knows he needs to win this. He wins this and he gets the championship. He loses this and he loses the championship. This is a massive battle. Forget how relaxed he was in the pits. He needs to be all over it.
Here we go, Matt Harvey now down the back straight. They come into the final corner. He sets himself up, and Matt Harvey, he doesn't make mistakes very often, but the wheels just touch the dirt and now he's off. But the finish line, where was the finish line as he touched the dirt? Because that is what's going to change the judging.
Yeah, absolutely. If that is after the finish line, then that won't count. If it was before the finish line, it will count. And then we've got to determine, was it 2 wheels off? Was it 2 wheels off before the finish line? There's a bit to review there as a judge.
And I'm sure the judges will be reviewing that over and over again as we check out the Tri-Ace replay. It's up on screen now. Matt Harvey, he let out really strong, set himself up for that line, but Jason Ferrin with that early initiation there and just lost a bit of proximity, as we spoke about during the run. Matt Harvey, a nice transition through the box section there, and Jason Ferrin doing a really good job, and he does really well with this long wheelbase wagon.
It's just a little bit too aggressive there from Jason, and maybe a little bit slow from Matt on the entry, but watching the rest of the run, they've been pretty good, pretty consistent. I would have liked to see a little bit better proximity from Jason, and then you can see, I'm going to have to look at that again to see, even if I can tell whether or not that was before or after the finish line.
That one's going to have to be slowed right down, I think. Here we go, Jason Ferrin gets his chance to lead out now. We know the barrel wagon is very, very gripped up and quick. The Acostal suspension, that doing its job. And Matt Harvey, a little bit of work there on the handbrake there as he emulates him through that middle section. Look at how close he is. You can see out the side there. He's trying to paint his red car purple.
Yeah, getting all over the door. He knows that he can't win the championship, but he wants to do it for Tasmania. The boys would love to see that trophy go back down there to the island state. And isn't he really sticking it to him? He could have got a bit closer there, I would have thought.
The Tri-Ace replay will show us as we look at it once again. Ferrin leads us out there, sets the car up nicely, and Harvey there was a bit straight. He's later on the initiation there. He's got a little bit wide and had to sacrifice a little bit of line there to catch that proximity back up.
Almost the opposite to what Jason did. Jason kind of over-initiated. Matt didn't initiate sufficiently. So, I mean, remember we judge lead line versus lead line, so lead run versus lead run. So it'll be Matt's lead run we judge first, then Jason's lead run. Both of them pretty similar. And then it comes back to the chase. So those boys both making an error there. We're going to have to really split tax to work that out.
Oh, and it is a one more time. No surprise here from the judges. They deliberated over that for quite some time, but we're going to run them again. And with the championship on the line, it's exciting here at Sydney Motorsport Park here. It's the final round. Will Jason get the championship or will Brody Mayer win? You can see Matt Harvey leading this one in the Power Plus Race Fuels S13 as he pulls it up there. Jason Ferrin does a nice job. No contact made and the big power out now.
Oh, a little bit shallow from Jason there. And interesting, just for the viewers at home, the judges are actually split. One said OMT, one said Matt, one said Jason. So, of course, that means one more time. Here we go. It was a genuine one. No one can split it. Watching through there, though, as they come across the line, to me, that's maybe a slight advantage to Matt, but I tell you what, you just got to watch everything.
We could watch this all night. We'll check out the Tri-Ace replay as they come through. He right out on that line for Matt Harvey again. Whatever the judges tell him, he just goes out and does in the lead run. He's very, very comfortable behind the wheel of that car. You see Jason Ferrin there. He's looking pretty comfortable as well. There's not a lot of handbrake use either.
No, not a lot of handbrake use, but he just stalled it up a bit there and you could see him pedaling it pretty hard to get there. Matt Harvey seems to be developing a little bit of a nickname known as the surgeon because he gets out there and he is surgical, he's clinical out there and he gets on those lines so well. A good, solid lead run from him.
Well, always a lot more comfortable setting his own pace. Jason Ferrin now will set the barrel wagon into this final run. Remember, we can't have another one more time. It's going to have to be settled out of this battle. Jason Ferrin there on the switchback. Matt Harvey in the smoke. He's willing to risk it. The front bar's already gone, so he's bought himself another half an inch.
He has, absolutely, yeah, and you're exactly right there, Matt. This is sudden death one more time. If we can't split it at the end of this, we can look at all 4 battles to decide what we want to do. So there could be some deliberation. It's still pretty close in my book at this point. as we see Jason getting all the way down to belts as he goes across the line.
Well, let's check out the tri-ace replay. Jason sets himself up nice here in the barrow wagon. Gets a bit of angle in the first corner, sets himself nice. There's a bit of work on the wheel that time. It's not as smooth as we've seen him previously, but Matt Harvey is right through the back quarter window. He is not letting him go anywhere. Dives a little bit shallow there to get the proximity back. Stall it up here, and Matt Harvey's everywhere. Every time you look out that window, that angle, he is right there.
Straight at that door, exactly where he's asked to be. We said no further forward than the A pillar, which is the front pillar on the near the windscreen there, and Matt Harvey just surgically positioning his car exactly there.
Oh, look, they're waiting to the deliberation now because the judges have had a hard time after a one more time. And Matt Harvey gets the win. And that will secure the championship for Brodie Mayer, and Jason Ferrin will end up runner-up. And look at this. Here's Brodie. The Tasmanians, they unite.
Yeah, great to see. Great camaraderie. I mean, I'm pretty sure Brodie would have absolutely no fingernails left after that. And of course, shaking Jason's hand. They know the result. They know where it's at. What an epic battle.
You could really see the emotion on Brodie Mayer's face when he came out and as he walked back. And Matt Harvey, a sigh of relief there for him, and I can't wait for Damien to catch up with him.
Matt, how you feeling, mate? That was a roller coaster and a half. You Tasmanians are beasts. Fair dinkum. You do such an amazing job. Professional teams, insane drivers. How do you feel taking it back for the state?
Oh, I feel it's amazing, you know, for Brodie. You know, he's done it awesome this year. So to get that car ready, free Jason, and then we can get home for the final, we're great. You know, we're very happy.
Yeah, and it has been. I know you haven't had the season you exactly wanted. There's a little bit of sort of you finishing it on a high, so it's good to see, mate.
Oh, we're still third in championships. Our first year, can't complain at all.
Yeah.
So, you know, great rookie year. Better next year.
Yeah. No, good job, mate. Thanks for coming. Mr. Farron. How you feeling, mate? Happy? Robbed?
Let's go. Nah, I'm not fussed. You know, like I said, there's no pressure. I'm here for a good time. That was an absolute epic battle. He drove amazing. You know, I got him twice. He got me once. But no, that was amazing driving, amazing battle. So who we got next?
Good question. Let's look into that.
Well, he's going to be taking on the Master Chef when it comes in the final rounds, but it's all set. Matt Harvey, Saxon Moyes. We'll be back after this short break. Check out our finals here at the Hi-Tec Oils Drift All-Star Series. Welcome back to the Hi-Tec Oils Drift All-Star Series for the final round here at Sydney Motorsport Park. It's the figure 8 configuration, and we've got our final four now. We are set for these epic battles to find out who's going to be third and who's going to be second and first here at Sydney.
We've seen some great battles so far. We've settled a championship, but we haven't settled the round. The battle for third, Scott Shembry versus Jason Ferrin.
But the big one for me, Saxon Moyes and Matt Harvey. Now, Matt Harvey was our number 2 qualifier, and he hasn't had a first-place podium this season. And Saxon Moyes, well, he was second last round. Can he go one step up the young gun? Let's wait and find out. In the meantime, Damien's catching up with Scott Shembry.
Mate, I'm having flashbacks. We're at the figure 8, and the chef's out in the pointy end still at the end of the night. How you feeling, mate?
Nah, good, man. Like, I'm stoked just to be here, obviously. Like the season we've had, like, so it's going to send it for the last battle of the year and just see how we go.
Hopefully spray some champagne.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice to get on the podium and finish off the year in a high. But look, top 4 is really good and a little 300 kilowatt monster, so we're just going to go out there and give it hell.
Yeah, so obviously you did actually stick it pretty well with Saxon with the power difference. Ferrin's another beast again with the big horsepower. Have we got a bit of a different plan this time to try and even get a little bit closer, or?
Well, I actually gripped it up too much against Saxon, and the car was just like way too gripped up, reclutching everywhere. So I put the tyre pressures back up against Ferrin. We just want to have some fun, so let's go send it.
Go for it, buddy.
Well, it's always a great night when the Master Chef says, hey, I'm just going to go out and have some fun, which means he's going to blaze a whole heap of tyre. But what's happening with Jason Ferrin? Looks like he's pulling back into the pits. Maybe a 5-minute rule being called here for some mechanical issues.
Yeah, he's got the hazard lights on, so something's not quite right with that, and there you have it. He has called the 5-minute rule, so he'll take that back to the pits. He's still got that up his sleeve. Shembry now coming up to see what he can find out. Bit of information he'll be requesting.
Talking to the officials now to find out whether it is a 5-minute rule he's called or not. In the meantime, let's catch up with Damien and find out what's going on down there.
Yeah, Jace, obviously the guys are changing the tyres on the back. What's happened?
Yeah, so sorry to kill the hype like that. We just went out there and I just kicked the clutch to get him, start the warm of tyres process, and it was just violently vibrating. And I've had that before when a wheel's a little bit buckled or, I don't know, wheel weights are left on it or something like that. So it's definitely not worth breaking stuff or breaking a gearbox from it. So runner up.
So yeah, the boys are just going to start it up now and just check if there actually is still any vibration in it.
Yeah, should be good. Should be good to go.
It's always good when it can be something that simple, just changing wheels. But let's get it started now. The battle for third position in a Hi-Tec Oils Pro category. And Scott Shembry trying to stick it to the door of Jason Ferrin. He sets himself up nicely and then applies the power as he goes through this big first turn out there in the box as well. And Scott Shembry's doing everything he can in that BMW to stay with him.
Yeah, good start from Ferrin there. Shembry a little bit down on horsepower and now a little bit further back than he was at the start of that corner there. Jason Ferrin just skipping away, showing a clean pair of hills, filling out the zones. Shembry doing a good job too to fill out the zones, but that's going to be an advantage to Ferrin.
Well, he did say he pumped the tyre pressures up because it was too gripped up last time. Now he's lost a little bit of that grip, so when he's trying to chase down that proximity, he's really got to cut his line down. You can see that from the BMW there. Jason Ferrin, though, new tyres, new wheels, and that is looking very comfortable out in front. Goes through that box section really, really nicely, and then you can just see him apply the power here. And how close does he get to the wall? He leaves himself a good foot that time.
Well, yeah, the Tri-Ace replay really showing that he's got a little bit closer in previous battles than that one. But yeah, no, a good run from Jason. Like you said, that Barra Wags has definitely got a lot of grip, so maybe Shembry should have left the grip in it.
Here we go. He's going to lead this time, though, and you're going to have to see Jason Ferrin slow the car down possibly a little bit. What can he do there? As he throws a little bit early, you can see he has to make a correction as well there going into this one, but easily makes up that proximity now. Scott Shembry, nice transition, but he stalls the car up and he's shallow.
Yeah, not quite sure. Shembry just not quite getting that transition. He's not been on that line all night through there. He just hasn't quite got that worked out in that BMW. Jason doing a really good job in the chase position. Yes, there's a little bobble early on. A couple of viewers at home probably suggesting, he's got fresher tyres, so that might have made a difference. Of course, none of the battles have been started, so in the 5-minute rule, he can change both of those tyres over to make sure they're balanced and everything's working.
Here we go, check out the Tri-Ace replay. You saw that bobble there just at the start. We had to straighten, had to reset the car and get the angle right again. And then look at this, it slows right down, and Jason Ferrin did a really good job there not to make contact.
Yeah, and to keep the drift going, that's a really, really difficult thing to do in the chase position when a car in front of you does stall up. 9 times out of 10 there will be contact made, so Jason's done a great job to keep that out of there. You can see Shembry getting right out wide, probably the widest we've seen, but a little bit too wide, and then coming shallow across the line.
Well, look, a little bit of a party there as he goes to the finish, but this is the one. This is the final we're looking for. Will it be the young gun Saxon Moyes out of Queensland? Can he take the win over the Tasmanian? Matt Harvey, he's had a win before last season, Matt Harvey. Can he do it again? He's looking for the number 1 spot. He's already secured the championship for his fellow Tasmanian Brody Mayer, but he's looking for a win here at this round, the final round, and look how close they get through that middle section.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of grit or something on that track, because again, Matt just stalling a little bit, and once again, I just said it before, and he made a fool out of me. 9 out of 10 times over hit, and then we've seen 2 where they haven't, so Saxon Moyes just demonstrating his abilities, and look at how close he is to that Power Plus S13.
He just keeps probing away, doesn't he, with the 86. You can see that alongside emulating the angle, and then just puts the nose in a little bit. We'll check out the Tri-Ace replay and really show it up here, and look at Saxon Moyes sticking it to the door of the surgeon himself, Matt Harvey. How nice it's through the centre section there. He sacrificed a little bit of angle there to just keep that proximity going, but the emulation's fantastic from such a young competitor.
Yeah, Saxon Moyes in that East Coast Tyre and Auto doing a fantastic job on the 86 there to stick it right up on the door all the way through, and what a chase. That is amazing.
Matt Harvey's just flirting with that edge of the concrete, isn't he? Last time he just grabbed it on the finish line. That time he made it through. But Saxon Moyes will lead us out, and he sets himself up nicely. Matt Harvey, can he do the same? Can he stick it to his door? We know the possibilities are there. Saxon Moyes nice through this transition and on the line. And Matt Harvey, it's almost like we've just watched the same run, but the cars have switched positions.
Absolutely. The boys have been on the blower to Matt Harvey and said, mate, you have got to really push, and he's fallen back here. A little bit of an error there. He's bouncing over the curbs in the background, and Saxon Moyes has bolted, keeps it just on the racetrack.
Oh, there we go. We got Jason Ferrin and the Master Chef watching on too. Let's check out the Tri-Ace replay on this one. Saxon Moy sets himself up. Matt Harvey, look and see him working that handbrake there to pull the car up.
Yeah, diving right in there on the door. You can see sticking in there on the transition. Watch, straight back in there on the door. We asked the guys in driver's briefing to do that, just to duck out and then duck back on the door. And he's demonstrated not once but twice. A little tap of the wall there if you saw it in the background. And that might have unsettled the car a little bit as he goes for that switchback, bounces over the curbs. And that could have been the deciding moment of the final.
Well, let's head down to our podium. As you can see, Jason Ferrer in third position. Matt Harvey ends up runner-up in the final round, and Saxon Moyes gets his first win in the Hi-Tec Oils Pro category here, the Hi-Tec Drift Allstars Series. It's the final round here at Sydney Motorsport Park, and what a round it was, Dan.
Yeah, it was a fantastic round to watch. The figure of 8 never disappoints. It always has close, tight battles, and it's done it exactly the same again.
Let's check out how the championship ended up in our Hi-Tec Oils Pro category, and just by 11 points, Brody Mayer takes the win and will be taking that championship trophy back to the island of Tasmania. Jason Ferrin in second, Matt Harvey secures third spot, Glenn Omrod in fourth, just missing out on the podium, James Abbott fifth, Scott Shembry in sixth, Dale Campaign in seventh, and Patrick Barley eighth.
What an absolutely brilliant season. It's been an amazing thing to be part of. Great teams, great drivers. If you haven't been to a round, you really need to get down and check one of these out in 2023 when the series rolls round again. Australian drifting is in a wonderful place. We've got guys travelling from all over the country to be here at the Hi-Tec Oils Drift All-Stars. I've enjoyed myself. Matt, what have you got down on the podium?
All right, well, third position in our 2022 championship, Matt Harvey from Tasmania. Look, you got a big smile on your face, a wonderful way to kick off your maiden season.
Yeah, rookie season, great. Tassie 1 and 3, we can't be happier. I haven't been the best. Like the last couple of rounds haven't been the best. To get second and third in the championship, I'm thrilled. I'm happy as can be.
You lost for a couple of words. A lot of transport to do to get the get the car over here.
Yeah, like we spend at least 10 grand a year just to get the car over here. 10 grand an event, so it's quite costly, but it's worth it. To get third in the championship in the first year, can't be happier.
Massive shout out to the Tassie boys, huge effort. Brody definitely deserves that top spot. Is absolutely, like, the amount of effort that this guy puts in, the passion behind it. You don't get there, with just, rocking up with a street car or something. He's put all that effort in, he's cost himself a motor to get this far. So he should be proud, mate. Amazing work. I'm proud to be, this step below you. It's been amazing. Shuddering we couldn't get that battle today, but, maybe next season. So anyway, enough about him. There's more other people on here. So, and that top two, Matt and Saxon, he absolutely killed it. That was an amazing battle, well deserved as well. I had great fun today. The car, I can't believe it. We built it. We only made it to the second round. I had my R33 the first round. I started drifting in a 33, so it's amazing to build my dream car and to make it onto the podium of the championship. First season into that car. My first season doing Hi-Tec, so that's amazing. Got to thank the crew, the whole Keeper Eat crew, Josh, Jesse, Corey, and all the guys back at the factory, and the media crew, everyone to do with Keeper Eat. They all support me, and they're absolutely amazing. Let's get to the sponsors. So, Keeper Eat, our aim is to just bring this vibe to all around Australia. Just keep pushing drifting to where it needs to be. And it's great to see what Hi-Tec's doing. It's amazing. It's not easy. Hi-Tec, George, Dan Mackey, Taylor Ebony, all the crew. It's not easy to do this stuff, so massive hats off to them. They're investing so much into this. It's so good to see. So thanks heaps, guys. And thanks everyone.
Well, let's see if he's left you any words. Our championship winner for 2022, Brody Maher from Tasmania. Is there anything left to say after that?
He covered a big shout out to all these boys on the podiums. I mean, this whole 21-22 championship has just been crazy. When we first started off, I've just got a little car built in my shed at home, with my mates, and we come to the first round and we're thinking, we'll see how we go, and it's pretty crazy to think we made it all the way against guys like Jason and Matt and obviously young Saxon a couple of rounds, but just crazy to think we could put together like a program and a car and everything all out of Tassie to come here. So super proud of that, super proud of everyone that's helped me. Big shout out to all my sponsors, so Bonnie Energy, Island State Drift, Valino Tyres for this last round, ACL Race Series, Race Tech, Racewire, KC Custom, Origin Labo, Fly Home Mile, big shout out to Brandon, I think he's at home watching, Engine Recon Parts and SR Powered. But what a hell of a season, I can't believe we did it. I had to really count on my Tasmanian brother Matt to come through. Never been more nervous, but we put it all on the line. Blew her up today, but not even fussed about that because we got the number one. So.
And how good is it to see Brody Mayer on the top of that podium? He started the championship off with 2 wins. What an epic night. It could have gone either way there. It came down to the Matt Harvey and Jason Ferrin battle, and he managed to get himself his maiden championship here in the Hi-Tec Oils Drift Allstars Series.
A great battle all the way through the championship. It could have gone either way here at this final round. It takes 5 rounds to get it done. You have to be on your game the whole way through. And the boys from Tasmania and Jason Ferrin from Victoria have done that to put on a great show.
Yeah, stay tuned for some big announcements coming your way in 2023 when we do it all again with the Hi-Tec Oils Drifting Australia social media pages. We can't wait to see what comes our way next year.
Mickey Moo, of course, departing us back to Ireland. What a competitor. We want to thank him so much for being with us. The bloke's always on fire. He's always there. He's always ready to rock and roll, and nothing seems to bother him.
We wish all the best to Mickey Moo and his family as they head back to Ireland. But it's all about next year now. 2023 is going to be bigger and better. Can't wait to see you all then.